Bitcoin is declining heavily. This is the prediction that we gave in the previous video, and this is the prediction that may actually come true already today. And now, let's begin. Welcome back to CryptoWealthy channel, guys. In today's video, we're not going to do only Bitcoin analysis and to brag about our little prediction in the previous video, but we're going to discuss about Ethereum also, because I did one of the trade yesterday and we need to mention the stuff that we did over here. As I promised on the channel, we're going to be doing trading, with my money, to lose my money, and also to do full analysis of the trade, why we enter the position, why we stop the position, why we close position, whatever it is, we're going to do analysis so you can learn about trading also and stuff like that. So let's dive into the analysis right away. I'm not going to waste too much of your time. We need to mention the previous video. The video was taken on Friday, I think, 2 days ago, as you can see, and I strongly suggest you to watch this video, what we predicted and how we predicted. What we discussed was simple prediction over here with the Fibonacci retracement. Just a quick recap, we just draw the line Fibonacci levels from the top of $20,000 in 2017, and we draw all the way to $3,200 approximately, where we actually bottomed out. And as you can see, that level is significant over here, which is 1.222%, which is standing exactly where we actually topped for now. We went a little bit above, but that's okay, and that's on logarithmic chart. And why we placed the zone of resistance is because if we switch logarithmic off, you can see that the zone of 1.618 is standing there also. So that's one of the zone that we want to observe right now, since we don't have any more targets to watch as a resistance why the price stopped. Actually, we need to use Fibonacci levels, which are right now giving us some very good indications, and we need to go through some patterns over here that are giving us some bearish signs for reversal. Now, first thing first, we need to mention that we discussed about Elliott theory as we watched Alessio Rastanian. He already gave targets for the end of the wave 3, and as we can see, that didn't came true. Actually, we went overextended from $21,000 and $23,000 per one Bitcoin target that he gave. And I actually did very simple targets analysis over here, and we managed on some sort of a way to, top out. We are still not done with it yet. Of course, we could push to the upside and break those targets also. But as you can see, whenever you have these sort of hammers over here, even over here, as you can see, that needs to give you some sort of a clue that the rally is getting slower and slower, or let's say a little bit weaker, because doji candles that are forming on the top most likely are going to put the rally at least into the neutral gear or into the opposite side. So we need to be careful over here, because right now those candles that are forming on the exact targets that we put are actually a little bit dangerous, especially because they are, as you can see on the weekly chart, and we need to observe how this week is going to end over here. Especially if we switch on the one daily chart, you can see the same thing over here. Two doji candles that are very dangerous on the top of some rally. You do have shooting star, and already today you even have a hanging man, which is one candle pattern of reversal the downside. So in this case scenario, I would be very, very, very careful if you're trading this. If you're buying this for the long term or whatever, do whatever you want. You should have some of the crypto, Bitcoin, whatever. But when it comes to the trading over here, to trade this sort of a pattern, this sort of a zone over here, I strongly would not recommend to do so. Now, one more chart that which I pretty much think it's very, very important, and that's monthly chart, which is pretty much high time frame over here, ladies and gentlemen. You have the three white soldiers over here, which is very, very bullish pattern. And usually after those three white soldiers, you can see small candle, which could also indicate for a little bit slowness into that rally. At least we are into the neutral zone, let's say like that, into corrective zone a little bit or whatever. This means that we may actually go into the wave 4 correction over here, but of course it's not certain. We still need few more days to see if the Bitcoin actually may break this high. We may actually break this high today. We will see how the Bitcoin is going to react on such a pattern over here and how traders and those institutional investors are going to react on this. Are they going to actually start taking profits or not? It's very important to keep an eye of this right now because it could be dangerous, especially if you're trading the leverage or something like that. So if we switch on the low time frame, you can see that on 1 hourly chart we are already making lower highs over here, ladies and gentlemen, and that's not good. Of course, as you can see, declining from the 21 hourly exponential moving average and still slowly declining from these levels. So be careful when you're trading this. Now, another thing that we discussed about bearish divergence, we need to see bearish divergence on the lower time frame also in order to see some sort of a reversal, you know, with the breaking of market structure over here. Fortunately, we don't have any bearish divergences over here whatsoever because Bitcoin diminished them all with those rallies in the previous days or so. So for now, let's see if the Bitcoin may actually break the support, you know, market structure. I would pretty much say if this is the level we can actually break to the downside, then we can say, okay, you know what, now we are in the corrective wave 4 in the Elliott theory over here. But we're going to see if this could potentially happen in the next days or so. For now, we do see some declines on the lower time frames over here, both on the 1 hourly and on the 4 hourly chart, but it's a young night, ladies and gentlemen, and we have to dance still. Now over here, it seems like that the Ethereum broke pretty bullish over here, and I traded this zone over here, as you can see, around approximately $785, somewhere approximately there, actually 786. And if we zoom in a little bit, you will see actually why. 4 hourly chart is showing you over here, this is not good stop loss. I actually put this just to stand there, you know. I actually withdraw all my stop loss to the upside, to the zero over here on the Binance, and I pretty much don't care if we're even going to go to the downside and be stopped out on some sort of way, because we're going to be stopped out on the level of zero. So whenever your trade is going in a good way, right, and you're getting away from your entry zone, you could put a, you know, trailing stop, or you just neutralized the whole stop loss zone, and you're pretty much going to be in profits if the price continues to rally to the upside. Because if the price starts turning against you, most probably it's going to be stopped out situation also, because if it took so much time to come all the way down to, you know, to the zero level, most probably is going to stop you out also. So right now we are diminished with the stop loss. We don't have any more stop losses. But if you're asking me, you know, when you enter this position over here, I would recommend you, for the beginners, very simply just put the stop loss a little bit below these candles, because for now it's pretty much good support if the price starts, you know, slapping around over here around this entry point, you know. Now the reason why I entered the position is very simple. As you can see, I saw this pattern over here many times. It looks like that it's like the wall to the upside when the price is constantly hitting, and you're just seeing that it's going to break sooner or later, like it did over here. If we zoom in, as you can see, you have one more straight line over here, hitting, and then boom, one candle over here, and so on. It seems like that the Ethereum is doing that all the time with the low volume. As you can see, the volume is dropping in those situations over here. The candles are pretty small, and once you see this, there is a most probably that the price is going to break. And since we are in the bull market, the probabilities are onto the bullish side, right, as we did over here. So I entered the position actually at the day when we break to the upside, actually in the hour when we break to the upside, which was pretty good entry point over here. And the things to be even better, I put the leverage, 10x leverage on the Binance. So this is the reason why I lifted the stop losses. Also, you don't want to be stopped out on 10% and then your excess with the 10 again, which is pretty much zero, right? So right now, so far so good. We still don't have some targets over here. This is because of the Bitcoin over here this week, this shooting star, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to be very careful over here because of this decline. It seems like that the Ethereum reacted on the Bitcoin decline, so we need to be very careful. I may actually close the position because of the Bitcoin, because if the Bitcoin starts rolling to the downside, then guess what, Ethereum is most probably going to follow. Also, as you can see, we are seeing some signs of weakness over here. We still can push to the upside, but I'm going to most probably watch this very carefully today and decide what will I do with it, so you will see the next results in the next video, you know, full analysis of it. Now I think this is it for today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think about Bitcoin right now? Are you feeling that we may actually correct to the downside to some crazy levels or not, or we are just taking a taking a break before surging to the upside. As you can see, we already bounced over here on the 4-hourly chart. Let me know in the comment section down below what are your thoughts, and what are your thoughts about Ethereum also and the Ethereum trade. I would like to hear that. Now, I want to thank each last one of you for watching our videos, and until the next episode, happy trading and goodbye.